EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Arizona Cardinals. And it's all up next.
From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Heward. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're underway from Kansas City. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led up by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, and he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Connor on the inside give. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10 from the 41. Right back to Connor. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They give on 2nd to Benson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Murray to throw here on 3rd. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down, too. Excellent work. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. It's Connor again. And he's able to get this down to the 13. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. He's got it. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Kyler to throw. He's on the move. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll go. Connor. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cardinals finish up an excellent opening series. It's a James Conner touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
On is Chad Ryland for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here comes Williams on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. And now it's second down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. One of the tight ends motioning right. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Pacheco hauls it in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. 7-0 is our score. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Pistol now for Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And this one does not go far. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Cardinals and running back James Conner headed back to the field. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to. That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now Murray on the play fake. Harrison's got it on the sideline. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Play action now, Murray. Able to hit Ryman, complete. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Murray on third down. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Cardinals first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Benson on 1st and 10. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Cardinals leading near the break. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Kyler looking to throw. Able to find Jones. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Throw on third down. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Murray here on first down. And he will score! Touchdown, Arizona! The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals drive their lead to 11. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. He fields it from the 8. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Now for the second time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hits him on the in route. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Finds his man, Gray. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Another throw for Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Back to the air, Mahomes. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And it stays a 2-possession game at an 11-point margin.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. We've reached halftime, and it's a comfortable 11-point lead for him at the break. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, the Cardinals did what they always do, and that's rely on their quarterback, Kyler Murray. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Chiefs have their offense out to start this 3rd quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. The drive begins with and this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. It's Pacheco again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cardinals grab it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
The Arizona offense about set to get going here. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Benson now from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Staying on the ground with Benson. And he gets him around 6 there. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Kyler throwing here. This reeled in by Benson. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
So on 4th down now, Blake Gillikin gets the call to punt it away for the Cardinals. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. They lost it in enemy territory their last time out. Never a spot you want to fumble. So I imagine, Brock, it's going to be 2 hands on the football as they return to the field. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down throw, Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Worthy. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Zaven Collins in on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Throwing again, Mahomes. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Kansas City. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Chiefs offense staying on the field. They're going to try for two. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Again, Mahomes to throw. And they get the two-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Has this at the 6. Returns looking good so far. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. The touchdown dropped this back to a one-possession game, so they're hoping to get some breathing room right back here. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be 2nd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's Kyler to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just
He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Ryland now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals make it a 10-point ball game. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That's brought in by Hunt. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 from the 41. A counter give here to Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. So we're through 3 here. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Second and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Mahomes on first and 10. Has his man, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Here's Mahomes now. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And now they face second down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Mahomes trying to get here on second and 10. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs making a 4-point game here in the 4th. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Dortch now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray set to take over. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Running to start this drive with Connor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up second and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On second down, a run with Connor. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Second and 8. That pass is complete to McBride. Big man's showing up the yards. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals making a 9-point advantage. Trey McBride, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals make it a 10-point ball game. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys and friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's second down coming up.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hits him on the in route. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
3rd and 2, Mahomes to throw. Complete beyond the marker. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to the air, Mahomes. He finds Kelsey running the slant. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Working quickly here. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Another throw for Mahomes. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Offense up to the line fast. They'll throw it again. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. So it'll be third down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw Mahomes. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender. and even more so the concentration.
Well, I think we can all see this one, partner. Some considerable frustration beneath Coach Reed's mustache, and he throws the flag.
Play is under review.
Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession, but did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet and that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
And that's exactly why you shouldn't doubt Andy Reid. His challenge is successful. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Cardinals ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember. But as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Shakes himself free. McBride hauls it in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Cardinals holding on to a field goal lead. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Connor here from the gun. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. First down, ball at the 36. Connor on the inside give. And he's going to get this up across the 35 to maybe the 37. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Right back to Connor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And he got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
The Cardinals out for the punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. On target to Worthy. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Man in motion here. Setting up to pass. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll look to throw it. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
Man, these guys are sideline mavens. They always seem to know exactly where that boundary is without looking. He's not quite at that level yet. Lost track of where he was.
Now hang on. They want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
Well, good thing they reviewed it, because after further examination, the call on the field has changed. Putting a receiver in motion. To throw. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Finds his man Rice. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. So the Cardinals pick up the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Kansas City.